Jason Zucker said it at the end of last season that hope is a shitty strategy, right? And this season you came in with a lot of hope. You hope that Josh Norris can stay healthy. He got injured 2/3 of the way into the opening night. And now is going to be out, according to Lindy, a significant amount of time. There's the number one center. He's gone. Gone. There was the guy you're probably depending on to replace the J.J. Paterka scoring. Meanwhile, yeah, Dylan Cousins scoring. I mean, you look at the list of former Sabres that scored an opening night, it's laughable. Absolutely laughable. They all scored. Great. Awesome. We couldn't score one goal on opening night. So you kind of hope that there's going to be some type of response. Yeah, I mean, I imagine the teams are on the players on social media, so they see the reaction, the visceral reaction to opening night. They saw the fan video. The fan, God bless him, walking out of the arena, speaking for everybody, right? I know what that's like. And you don't want to pack it up for the season, right? Because this has been one game. But your response to a team that you should be better than, if you really think you should be consideration for a wild card spot, your response is to get outshot 18-1 in the opening period. Thank God for Alex Lyon, by the way. Thank God. That guy, someone started a relief fund for that guy. Like, playing on his head for a second game in a row, a second first period in a row. Like, if this is the way you're going to play tonight, just forfeit the next two periods. Get home to Buffalo. Chalk it up as a loss. No desperation, no heart. It's going on the list of words that can describe that effort in the first period. And I just so badly want to be angry and frustrated with the players. But it's Kevin Adams. It's Terry Pagul. It's all of these people who put this team on the ice. You guys actually thought that Justin Danforth, Mason Gearson, and I like those guys. I like the types of games they play. I was in favor of Mason Gearson being in the lineup on opening night because you didn't want Rempe running wild on your team, taking liberties with your top players. But at the end of the day, that team is not like, I don't even know how the analytics, like, even me and Hurls, we somehow found a way when we went through the roster to make this, to say this team would finish in a wild card spot. No way. Hope is a shitty strategy. Just like Jason Zucker said, you were hoping that Josh Norris would stay healthy. Well, guess what? He hasn't. Zach Benson's out for hopefully just the rest of this game. That's it after. Kesselring's out for we don't know for how long. Like Greenway has just started practicing. You didn't add anybody of significance to this roster offensively to make you look at it and say, even if you did, because good teams deal with injuries. Good teams can get through injuries. This team was not built to get through injuries. In an 82-game hockey season, you cannot depend on everybody staying healthy to make the playoffs. You just can't. You need depth. The team has no depth. I just wanted to come on here and I just, like, what are we doing? How does Kevin Adams still have a job? If this is the effort that we're going to, I'm looking, yeah, I think they just scored again. Right? The period started. Did they just score again? No. Sorry, I was seeing the highlight in the reflection of my cabinet here in the living room. No, still another, still intermission. But still, like, how can you justify keeping him here? How is it justifiable at this point? The guy's put his foot in his mouth multiple times. He has made insignificant moves to make this team better. And I know that the team that we wanted to start the season with isn't on the ice. We don't have Michael Kessler. We didn't have Owen Power opening. We don't have Zach Benson. We don't have Jordan Greenway. I totally understand that there are injuries that need to be dealt with. But that's the thing. That is the thing. Good teams can find a way to push through injuries. This team isn't built to deal with significant injuries. How many times did Vegas have to deal with Mark Stone being on the shelf or being on LTIR, and they still found ways to win? Same thing, and I know we were talking about, like, no tax states, whatever, but good teams are built to deal with injuries. This team is not. This team is not. The fact that Yuri Kulik is your top line center is a joke. And that's not any bad to say about Yuri. It isn't. He's going to be a phenomenal hockey player, in my opinion. But it's not fair to him to put him in this situation right now. Like, on a good hockey team, a good team with depth, he is a third line center. He is not, to start the season, your second line center, and now it's temporarily your first line center. Move Tage back to the middle. Scored over 40 goals there once. Just move him back to the middle. Like, for the love of God. I don't know how Marty and Duffer continue to try and just talk their way and excuse some of the play. I listened to like 30 seconds of their start of their mission. I'm not listening to this. I'm not listening to this. How does Rob Ray, a guy who played so much with integrity, so much grit, so much heart, so much, sit here? I wouldn't blame him if he retired after this. Why would he want to continue to watch this crap? I've never, like, to start a year, to see the way after one game, I've never felt more confident in saying this team is not a playoff team. That's the effort you get in an opening period. You're dealing with the same issues to start this season that you dealt with last season. Inexcusable, flat starts. It's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. How did he still have a job? How? How does he still have a job? How is he still employed? Oh. Man, had zero experience coming in. He was a yes man from the go. He was a yes man for Terry Pegula, a guy who was getting ready, getting ready to get into a venture of building a new stadium. It was going to cost a ton of money. They need to cut costs to pay for his. I don't even know how to explain it, but you all know what I'm saying. Like, just sell this team that somebody that will fucking give a shit, man. So over it. There's a lot of comments in here, and I'm sorry I'm not going to go through them all. There's like a ton of them. There's 72 in 8.5 minutes. I appreciate it all, but like, I can't. I can't. Like Mikey Sear here, the arena needs to be empty. Yeah, I agree. We gotta stop going to games. He might never score a goal again. Yeah, you might be right. Oh God, I don't even know, man. I don't even know. And here's the thing. I feel bad for Lindy because he's probably going to lose his job, and everything he has done with this team in the past as a player and as a coach is going to be tarnished in some way, shape, or form by this garbage. By this garbage. It's going to be. And it's so sad. Like, it really, really is. It's not fair. Listen, guys, I'll catch you for the post-game show, but it's so, like, oh! Like, I grew up, like, this team got me through so much stuff growing up. They really did. As pathetic as that sounds. I've lost a lot of friendships over the last couple of years. I haven't had much to really be positive about, be happy about. And even as sad as it is, like, the Sabres have always been there throughout my life. And what this front office, this ownership has done to my team, it's just like, what? What are we doing? The hardest working team in hockey from like 96, 97, 98, 99, 2001 to being, oh, this team is so good, scary good with Briere, Jury, Vanek. Like, how do we go from that to this? 14 years. 14 years in a league where more than half the teams make the playoffs. You can't figure it out even 1 year out of 14. So over it, man. I'm so over it. I just want I want a team we can be proud of. A team that isn't a joke around the league, a team that and we have such talented players on this team. Tage Thompson is easily the best contract in hockey. The best contract in hockey. And it's just being wasted. Just phenomenal, talented goal scorer. Rasmus Dahlin, who honestly should be a Norris candidate almost every single year. I can't, man. I just can't. How does he still have a job? I'll talk to you guys after the game. Go Sabres.